Hi there, Brian Bram, Eagles Wings Community Church, coming with another blog on my series on science and theology from my class on science and theology, and really one of the best classes I've had. Really encourage you to read the blog. A couple of points that I wanted to make sort of as an introduction to this particular part two. Number one is that the study of hermeneutics and the utilization of hermeneutics can really assist, I think, in a lot of things that are sort of hotly contested, debated types of topics. I really feel that the more that I've learned about hermeneutics, when I observe a lot of these debates, whether they be political or whether they be religious or whatever, it very often feels like I can sort of sense an unawareness of hermeneutics going on in the debate. And really what ends up happening is there's this sort of underlying issues that are unresolved, that are sort of the root cause of some of the reasons why people are not seeing why the other person is thinking the way they are. So I'm just going to sort of throw out the idea that a study of hermeneutics is not just going to help us with debated issues in theology, but we interpret lots of things. We interpret our own lives, we interpret history, we interpret politics. Of course, my contention here is that we're also interpreting science. That also leads into my second point, and that is that just because science is something that is interpreted, I don't think that I would give a word of caution for the creationist who wants to sort of pounce on that as a means of sort of dismissing anything that science seeks out to prove as truth. And this certainly isn't a blog on epistemology, but it is important to recognize that just because we interpret science doesn't mean that we should then sort of dismiss it and say, well, you know, sort of nothing is, it's all an interpretation, so nothing is provable and all that sort of thing. Because if we did that, if we applied that same rationale to our own field, then we would have to dismiss theology, because theology is also interpreted. So I wouldn't do that for either of these fields. In the blog, I do seek to at least come to an awareness that there is interpretation going on in science, but I'm not trying to dismiss science. So I think that it's important finally to sort of see this very slow progression into sort of my ultimate thesis on the whole topic. I think sometimes, once again, we start right, sort of hurling insults at one another across the bow without really laying the groundwork and in terms of trying to come to an understanding of various positions on this hotly debated topic. So that's what I'm trying to do in this series, is really lay the groundwork for how and why I've kind of come to my conclusions. So hey, for that you're going to have to check out the blog, and don't be afraid to register as a participant in our dialogue groups as well. Blessings to you.